Hello, everyone. Welcome to Between Stories and Shadows. Thank you for being here. In this space, we will share tales and stories written by those of us behind this channel. Some will be terrifying, while others, not so much. We hope you enjoy them. Let's begin. Today's story is titled, I'm Not Going Out. For a long time, she did not realize that she was gradually spending more and more time at home. Long commutes and the time it took to travel from one place to another had become overwhelming. Therefore, staying home did not sound bad at all. In fact, she felt very comfortable with it. Whenever plans happened to come up, she always managed to cancel at the last minute. At first, the idea of going out did not sound so bad, but merely thinking about the chaos of the streets was enough to keep her inside. Besides, staying home and watching television was much better. No stress. No problems. She also managed to arrange things so that she could work from home. Now she could spend the entire day there. Why go outside when staying home was so much better? She no longer had to expose herself to all the dangers and risks waiting in the streets or on public transportation. Everything was turning out exactly as she believed she wanted. It did not take long, however, for her to realize that what had seemed like a dream come true was nothing more than the beginning of a nightmare. Several months later, after settling into a comfortable routine, she began to reminisce and feel nostalgic. Perhaps going outside, seeing people, listening to the bustle of everyday life, talking to others, and returning home after a long day had not been as terrible as she once believed. She decided it was time to make a change and return to working at the office. On the morning she planned to submit the request, she remembered that she needed to buy a few things. She got ready and approached the front door, but just as she was about to step outside, she saw a swirling vortex beyond the doorway. Terrified, she ran back inside. Once she had calmed down, she realized that it was probably a good thing she had not announced her return to the office. At that moment, she was too frightened to even consider it. The following day, she tried to go outside again, but she could no longer do it. The noise, the people, and the atmosphere itself filled her with such fear that she could not imagine how she would ever manage to leave the house every day. The swirling vortex outside seemed much larger than it had the day before. She began to feel lonely, but she still did not want to leave. She would be fine as long as she did not have to step outside. She no longer wanted to get dressed or take care of her appearance. There was no reason to. After all, no one was going to see her. As time passed, things grew worse. Eventually, she no longer wanted to work either. She could not see the point of doing anything. She simply sat there, staring into space. Exhaustion took hold of her. She did not want to look through the windows, so she covered every one of them with thick, dark curtains. For some reason, even when she turned in poor quality work, no one said anything to her. But she no longer cared. She was sleepy throughout the entire day, and nothing brought her joy anymore. She had lost interest in everything. The more frightened she became, the further she withdrew from the people who had once been her friends. She now believed they were all false and insincere. She did not even want sunlight to touch her. She wanted everything to be covered in darkness. In the end, all was lost. Loneliness and the terror of going outside had won. No one tried to rescue her from the fear that was consuming her. From that day forward, she never left the house again. And as time passed, the world eventually forgot that she had ever existed. Thank you for staying with us until the end. We hope you enjoyed the story, and we look forward to reading your comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and we'll see you in our next story. Bye.